Pleasure now of introducing Jonathan Kratchman, who's a senior in high school, a congressional intern in Congressman Smith's district office, and a self-advocate who will be entering Rutgers University, go Big Ten, in the fall. He will speak to us about his personal experience with transition.
First and foremost, thank you for having me. Good morning. My name is Jonathan Kratchman. I am an 18-year-old diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder, and I will be attending Rutgers University in the fall. I'm here today to talk about the very important services and the lack of funding for them post-graduation. I have faced so many challenges in my life to get to this point, and there are still many more to come. I was able to overcome these challenges because of the comprehensive support system that my school district provided for me. I can continue to receive those services for another 3 years, but I decided not to. It was all because I really wanted to go on to college and graduate at the same age as my peers. Since I'm choosing to make that decision, I am also choosing to lose the supports voluntarily that I need and that the school district funds. Some of the biggest areas that I still need help in are academics, some social situations, my anxiety management, and my executive functioning, which would be your basic organizational skills. Why did I make such a decision that many people would call crazy? Like any 18-year-old, I said it before that I just wanted to graduate and receive a college education at the same time as the same age as my peers. Just by choosing though to graduate on time, I am taking the risk of losing services that I need and I will struggle to find as I transition into college. But this is a chance that I am willing to take in order to be a tax-paying citizen and follow the dreams I want to achieve in life. Originally, my parents were going to have me stay in school until I did turn that magic age of 21 to receive support services from the school district. However, when they saw my motives for getting a college education and learned of some autism support programs at a few colleges, they were on board. Recently, there has been a small number of colleges offering students on the spectrum academic, social, emotional, organizational support, but unfortunately, it's just a small number of colleges. We're talking about like 22 colleges, and due to funding issues, they can only take in a small number of children. And in addition to that, a lot of them, it's an extra charge. For example, for what the program at Rutgers, it's $7,000 a year on top of the already staggering $25,000 tuition, which would equate to about $32,000. And this is just for in-state. I mean, plus my parents haven't been able to save much for college because most of the money they've invested went towards the therapies that made me who I am today. For those people though, who do stay in the school system until age 21, there's a whole nother reality they have to face at that age. At 21, regardless of disability or level of functioning, students are forced to graduate from their school system, losing the necessary supports. These cases aren't isolated either. Each year, thousands of kids with autism lose entitlement services when they complete the 12th grade or turn 21, or whenever they choose to voluntarily leave the school system. There's a whole of, what are these services? There's a whole array of them that the school district can provide, such as aides at the house, certain therapies such as behavioral services, speech therapy, physical therapy, and occupational therapy, technology such as a communication device, which could cost hundreds of dollars just to buy and to maintain. Help with living skills and many more supports that are just way too many to name. For others, it may include post-secondary programs that help with vocational training, college prep, job coaching, living assistance. The list goes on and on. However, if parents want those services to continue past 21, they have to reach deep into their pockets, pulling out thousands of dollars at a time. In addition, many of these programs have long waiting lists. As people with autism age out of the school system, regardless of their intellectual ability, they're entitled to less services that provide the social supports that they need. Therefore, they're at a greater risk for staying at home, not working, and not being able to be tax-paying citizens. Isn't the American dream basically about having a steady job, home, and paying your taxes? I just might be one person with autism, but because of that, there are struggles I face every day. I want you to walk a mile in my shoe and see what my life is like with autism. Certain social situations are tough for me. When I do feel shy, I have no one to talk to. As a result, I get really lonely, depressed. When I'm depressed, I have a hard time keeping my emotions controlled. To keep up in a task, it takes a couple seconds longer because it takes a bit longer for me to process information by, like I said, a couple seconds. I struggle in certain subjects, such as math in particular, and need accommodations in order to help me succeed. I do misunderstand certain social situations, take some things literally, and there are lots of supports that I am receiving to help me on these issues. Among them, I currently am receiving counseling services for my emotional health, speech therapy so I can understand more figurative and obscure language, and additional social support for some social situations. Since I will be graduating in less than 2 months already, I will be losing my entitlements to those services at no cost. I might still receive the same level of support through the support program that Rutgers provides, but it does come at a very high cost for my family. In my home state of New Jersey, it will be very difficult to get financial support for these extra services. The Division of Vocational Rehabilitation Services, DVRS, will only provide funding for support based on financial need, not based on disability. So it's pretty much a similar process as getting a Pell Grant. If I wanted to pursue a job, though, instead of post-secondary education, the funding would be right there. There'd be so much funding for support such as job coaching. So because I am choosing to pursue college first before going right into the workforce, I am not entitled to the same support services as those who want to go into the workforce immediately after graduating. I also worry about what will happen to some of my other friends who have autism. A good family friend of ours is quickly approaching transition age and is going through this very issue today. He is a year younger than me, and so he'll be transitioning in 4 years. He is more affected by his autism, though, but that doesn't stop him from what he can do. He's really smart in math and can compute numbers in his head that many people, including myself, can only dream of doing. He could help a lot of people with his skills, but his parents are having a very hard time finding him the supports that could help him use his special skills in life to get a job and live a productive life. I'm coming here with a very important message. Many people with autism can be contributing tax-paying citizens of society. We just all need some sort of support and funding for the support services that we were entitled to before graduation. More has to be done to prevent the whole aging out problem. Like Dr. Shattuck and Congressman Doyle, they said 50,000 children each year transition from the school system out into the world. That's a huge number, and there has to be more to be done to prevent this whole aging out and being pushed off this metaphorical cliff. Either that, or we'll have all these children, 50,000 a year, 50,000, grow up without a future they can look forward to.
Thank you, Jonathan. Jonathan, I want to ask you a follow-up question. You talked about the small number of colleges that offer the kinds of programs that you're interested in. Can you talk a little bit about those programs and why those programs are important?
Yeah, I'll come back up.
Please.
So the program at Rutgers, it's a social, academics, emotional. So they have social skills groups. I also have peer mentoring. So if I have any issues with academics, with anything, I can go to them and they can always set me up with a tutor. It's like so much support services that will it can't guarantee anything, but it'll be close to a guarantee for my success for at least the first semester, which is usually the hardest.
Thank you. Thanks again.